Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Boxing's heavyweight champion, I believe he's the heavyweight champion. I don't watch boxing. It says boxing champion, but Francis Ngannou's a heavyweight, so let's leave it there. Boxing heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua confirms he wants to fight Francis Ngannou in the UFC. He said, hey, I was watching that fight too. Y'all ain't the only one that saw that nigga get exposed. Now, y'all was talking all that shit. Y'all want me to fight someone in the UFC? Let's go, Francis. You know, if this fight were to happen, Anthony Joshua would be dancing around the ring for the first 2 rounds and just wait and wait and wait until Francis Ngannou, he felt like he could piece him up with the hands. And also, it's a good matchup for Anthony Joshua. This is what I've been telling you guys. Yeah, a MMA fighter is going to kick a boxer's ass every single time if you're talking about a well-rounded MMA fighter. But if you just take a boxer and put him in the octagon and let him have one fight, he's not necessarily an MMA fighter. So if you take Anthony Joshua and you put him against a guy that's only got hands or isn't a good wrestler or only has striking, he's still got a good chance. Put him against a guy that's got bad cardio, Anthony Joshua can win. Boxers can win an MMA fight if they have the right matchup. Now, if Anthony Joshua were to fight Stipe Miocic or any of these guys that could shoot a takedown or secure a takedown, even Daniel Cormier, the light heavyweight champion, would smoke Anthony Joshua. But when you're talking about Francis Ngannou, now you're talking about, I don't know what would happen. I mean, we don't know if Francis Ngannou would be able to connect with Anthony Joshua and take him out before he tired out. We know Francis Ngannou's probably not going to be shooting for a takedown on Anthony Joshua. He might be able to secure a trip. He might be able to submit him once the fight got to the ground, if it ever did. But Anthony Joshua could very well knock out a heavyweight before the fight got to the ground if that heavyweight, like a Francis Ngannou, wasn't a wrestler. So with that being said, Anthony Joshua said this in a new interview. A good scrap would be, I think, the guy from the Congo. Francis Ngannou, he just recently lost. Big unit, that would be a good scrap. Then you've got John Jones, that would be a good scrap. I'd have to obviously have a couple warm-up fights because you have to learn the submissions and stuff, but a fight's a fight at the end of the day. That's where the boxers got it fucked up. When you think a fight's a fight and you just need a couple of fights to learn the submissions and stuff. So yeah, clearly I'd need a couple of fights just to learn the submissions and stuff. No, you need a couple years of training to learn the basic submissions and stuff. And a couple MMA fights, you're not going to learn fucking jiu-jitsu or wrestling 101 just because you got in some MMA fights. It's not that simple. If I went and boxed my friend in the fucking parking lot, you know, a couple of times, it doesn't mean I'm ready to box. You're not learning nothing. You're not having a coach teach you the shit, the fundamentals, nothing like that. You're just, you know what I'm saying? So the second part of what he's saying is inaccurate in my, you know what I'm saying? He's going to need more than a couple of warm-up fights to learn the submissions and stuff. But at the same time, if he had a proper matchup, he could have some success in the UFC, and that really goes with any of these boxers. Not Floyd Mayweather. He don't have a chance. He's too old to learn the basics and do the boom. I mean, unless you put Floyd Mayweather against another guy that's 30, 40 years old and doesn't shoot takedowns, then you got a chance. So with that being said, it is what it is. If this fight were to happen, I would be a little scared for MMA. Like, fuck, we asked for this. Damn. And because, you know, if this fight happened, Joshua versus Ngannou, and Joshua won, it would be an L for us, even though we know what's going on. We know he's not the most well-rounded fighter. He's not shooting a takedown. And we know that an MMA fighter could beat a boxer. But if they're given a good matchup, we would have to hold that L for the night. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments about Anthony Joshua potentially coming over to the UFC versus Francis Ngannou. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.